Greetings and welcome back, everyone. Recently I got a big box from Super7 store and I knew the only thing it could be would be the brand new Ultimates Turtles, and man, I am so excited to take a look at all these. I thought I'd do a round of recording my reactions to all these as well. So because I did some for Raphael and the Foot Soldier, this whole series 2 is really jam-packed full of great characters. They're really hitting a lot of what I think the people that are fans of this line and the fans of the original toys, what they're gonna want from this line, what they're gonna want to see. They're pretty much like delivering that right away. Really cool to see. It's got the raised cardstock here, which is really nice. Love the manhole cover, and then with, you know, all of them are custom to each turtle, and this one's Leonardo's. Got the classic Turtles Playmate style promo stuff there, and let's take this slip off so we can take a good look. Very similar to what we've seen before in the others. The other ones from this line, Raphael and the Foot Soldier in my previous videos. This is pretty much similar to what we're going to see with all the turtles. All the accessories that you would hope to find in a Leonardo Ultimates figure. I really want to rip this guy open immediately, as soon as possible. I'm chomping at the bit just to get this guy open, so I'm really excited to see. Now we have our Super7 Ultimates Leonardo out of his packaging, so we can take a proper look at this guy. He is pretty on par with what we have seen from the Raphael figure. They have a pretty great likeness, especially Leonardo here, that head sculpt in particular, a very, very strong likeness to that original Leonardo figure from Playmates. Just taking a quick look-see around. We got the sheaths for his swords here, and he's got these kind of suspenders, cross straps going over his chest. He's got his L for Leonardo. Nice soft rubber on all this. It's got like a soft rubber on the chest there, soft rubber for the pads, the back of the bandana. So it's got the kind of soft rubber where you'd be kind of hoping, but then more of like a rigid, stiffer plastic like in the weapons, and the hands and the feet, which are nice. It's really solid figure, really solid Leonardo figure. But as far as the Ultimates Turtles line go, this is pretty much like what we've kind of are going to expect to see with the rest of the turtle figures. It's really kind of the minute details, like the straps and the different head sculpts. All the personalizations for each turtle is kind of like the focus. But as for articulation, pretty much the same as what we saw for Raphael. We got the shoulders, bicep swivels, crunches at the elbows here, and with you're going to have a variety of different hands, so you can swap those out for different different articulation. In the legs there, kind of the same as what we saw. We get this like ball joint kind of situation, hid by the front of the shell and the back of the shell, and then in there you have the pelvis joint that kind of has a little rocker. Foot has rocker. Pretty much exactly the same as the Raphael figure. Taking a look at his accessories here, we have his two, these are the two painted katanas, and I would say that they did a big improvement, I would say, with the painted swords compared to Raphael's painted sais. Those sais, mine just in particular, had like some sloppy paintwork on it, and they were a little bit bent up and stuff. These are pretty much in perfect condition, and the paint apps on them is pretty good. So very happy to see that this time around. He comes with his spool, his weapons rack situation here. So if you wanted to display your Leonardo with kind of that original Turtles toy accessory look, you can definitely do that. So he's got the stars, the kunai, the dagger, the hook swords, and the two katanas, which is kind of Leonardo's signature. So pretty cool to see. I like keeping these on the rack all together and stuff, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. Okay, for his accessories that we got here, he's got quite a few. I kind of laid them out here. We've got the communicator, which is fun. Nice to see, turtle phone. And then we've got the closed version, which is cool too, to have both of those. Came with Raphael as well. Then we have open hands, so you can hold those kinds of accessories like the phone and like the pizza here. The pizza is actually, I thought that they would all have similar paint so that you could kind of like put them all together, but this one actually has a little bit darker of a paint than the Raphael one. And then we've got the dagger, which is nice, painted version. We've got the Ninja Star shuriken, which will fit in the fingers of like the more closed leg through. You can also do it by the thumb like that. So we've got several different sets of hands here. In the set that I have with Leonardo right now are the forward rocking wrist joints. Kind of what I like for this, like if my toys are holding swords, I like to have that sort of articulation on the wrist so that they can kind of do some interesting poses, pointing, and more reserved kind of like guarding stances too. Just all that fun action posing sort of stuff. So instead of a rocking up and down motion, we got a side to side sort of situation. Then we have the closed fist hands. And then last but certainly not least, we have a different head. On Raphael, I liked the toy, the original Playmates head toy on that one. But for this one, I actually kind of like this IDW comic slash, it's like an updated turtle look. I kind of like this head on that Leonardo more. I kept the toy head on here because I just really like that look as well. But so if you want to try that out, pop that head off. So that's what the joint looks like, which is nice. You can just kind of pull that right off. Not too difficult. Then you snap back on. Comes on and off fairly easy. And then we got this new turtle head, and I really like the way that looks on there. He's got a pretty good look for both heads. I thought it'd be cool to compare the two turtles that we have in this line so far together. We got our Raphael and our Leonardo here. And, we do have that different shades of green in the skin there, which is nice. And even different kind of like shading in the chest of the shell, the soft part of the shell, which is pretty cool too. Just seeing that kind of like attention to detail. If it's not like hitting you in the face, it's more subtle, which is what I appreciate, because they're the turtles, so they already have like a pretty solid design. Can only like tweak things here and there, and especially if you're kind of evoking the Playmate style, you're not going to want to like change anything too much. So it is really cool to see these two next to each other. We got the these are like the comic slash modern cartoon looking modern turtle heads, I guess is what I'll call them. Okay, so here are the toy heads, if you will, the original look of the Playmates figures on these modern turtle figures, and they're great. They really do invoke that classic turtle look, especially with the colors and with the accessories and stuff. You can definitely use these brown accessories, but this is just really fun. It's really cool to see a translation, much like what Maddie Collector did with the Masters of the Universe Classics. And then once Super7 had that line for a little while, they kind of continued it and did all the animated stuff. But then they started working on these Turtle Ultimates figures, and I think that it's kind of like a brother sister kind of sort of thing, where it's like, oh, we take that kind of sensibilities and we apply it to this, and it's really cool to see. I think that if there was any other toy line from the 80s, it would definitely be Turtles that you'd want to do something like that with. Really cool to see. Leonardo is definitely one of my favorite turtles. I know he's the Boy Scout honorable turtle, so not a lot of people like him, but I like Leonardo a lot. I was really excited to get Leonardo second. Raphael first was great, and Leonardo now is awesome, so it's really cool to get these vintage-inspired Ultimates figures. I personally have a huge connection to the toys of Playmates, the original TMNT figures, more so than the cartoons, so having something like this for me is kind of the more nostalgic bullseye rather than the something like the NECA cartoon turtles. Those are great, really well done. I'm picking some of those up when I can find them. I think that just Series 2 alone of these Ultimates has cemented it for me that yes, like this is the line that I will be collecting definitely for the Turtles stuff. Also, it's just great right now to be a Turtles fan. You have so many different options when it comes to collecting. So there's lots of different options, so we can all live harmoniously together, right? No problems, right? Definitely. So this is great. I am so excited to take a look at some of these other ones in the line, finally line them up and stuff. This one's a little bit shorter just because I kind of covered more of the nuts and bolts, if you will, when with Raphael. But with this one, it's pretty much the same, but really great quality. I can't gush enough about these figures. Great quality plastic, great quality paint, lots of improvements over the last run, which is also nice, like the paint improvements. The joints some of them are nice and tight rather than loose. Yeah, like I think one of the other problems I had was the pegs on the hands here. They still are very small, but the Raphael ones came out kind of fairly easy. These ones go in and they fit in there pretty nicely. I don't know what else to say. These are great. I'm very excited to keep picking up more. I feel like I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point. They're great. If you're still waiting on your pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store or even Super7 themselves, these are worth the wait. These are worth the patience. I promise you, these are great figures. So until next time, guys,